Let's begin.
Hi folks, my name is Isaac Mundy. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the passage that we're going to be looking at in our Sunday school this Sunday at Siloam United Church. It's an interesting one. It's a psalm. It's called Psalm 96. The Psalms were sort of like the ancient playlist of the people of Israel, and they had all kinds of songs in them. Songs about people feeling sad, songs about people feeling glad, and pretty much everything in between. The thing was, all of these different psalms were really oriented towards God and people expressing their relationship with God, whether they were feeling upset with God or whether they were feeling glad and wanting to offer praise. Well, Psalm 96 is one of those songs of praise. It talks about the greatness of God and the joy that we express. But what's kind of interesting about it is that it doesn't just talk about what people think about God. It also talks about the whole earth, the whole creation, offering up worship towards its creator. We hear about the seas thundering joy and the fields doing the same sort of a thing. But we also have this sense of people joining in with all of creation and listening to what's going on in the world, hearing all of these different things, praising God. It kind of reminds me a little bit of my two cats. Their names are Jackie and Esau. Whenever I get up and pray in the morning, they always come and sit down with me and they start purring when I start praying. And a lot of the time they don't do that if I'm just sitting there reading a book. They're really spiritual cats in a way. Even when I'm reading the Bible, they'll come over and they'll start chewing on the cover. I'm not sure if it's because they like the leather or what's going on. But when I think about it, I think, okay, probably Jackie and Esau don't have an idea of God in quite the same way that I do. I've never done an altar call with either of them before. But what I do believe is that in each living thing, whether it's a living thing that has a brain or even whether it's trees like the different plants and thingies that we're seeing around us as we're walking along here, there is this sense that that life in them is oriented towards God. It's not as if when we turn our back on the trees, they actually are clapping their hands, but we do have this sense that it's not just us in the world that are turned towards God and that are in relationship with God. Sometimes we talk about experiencing God in the natural world, but maybe what we can do today is think about, okay, how am I surrounded by a whole world that is oriented towards God? It isn't just me. It isn't just me and my congregation or the church that I'm involved in. It's actually this entire creation that we are surrounded by that wants to participate in some strange and mysterious way in the love of God. I think that can be a comfort. I find it comforting, and I hope that the kids and youth that we're working with can have that sense as well. And that when we come together on Sundays, we're actually focusing in that centeredness on God that is already present all around us. Well, I hope that's a helpful introduction for you as we're looking at these passages for this week. And God bless you.
Listen carefully.